you go back in jail, it's the same thing. Same correctional officer, same bars, same tissue, same. You're gonna eat at the same time. You're gonna wear the same clothes. You know what I mean? You're gonna go to the phone and make that same call.
That little mattress.
No, you bring.
This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or girl. Man may be like the light to take us of the dark. Man made the boat for the water, like Noah made the ark. This is a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or girl.
It's your boy King Rob.
It's your boy Naughty G.
We want to welcome y'all back to another edition of Men Cheat Codes.
Yes, sir.
We back with another one.
Yes, sir.
With that being said, we have a very special guest in the building.
Yes, sir. We got my cuz, man.
We got family in the building.
Yeah.
Not only that, but we have a very stand-up, a very respectable, commendable example for, I think, young boys, who may be going through anything, or just young boys who just looking for somebody to be like. I think we got somebody in the building like that today.
Definitely. That came from nothing to something. You know what I'm saying?
Still working on it.
Still working on it.
Yeah, and like making no excuses.
Yeah,
right.
you can't.
None at all.
You can't.
Yeah, so that definitely makes this individual definitely different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he ain't living by excuses. You know what I'm saying?
So with that being said, I want to turn the mic over to you.
Okay.
Allow you to.
Yeah, let you introduce yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay. My name is TYRESS Cunningham.
Yep.
I'm from Rockford, Illinois, born and raised. Up the McIntosh, Maud Johnson, West Middle School, and freshman year at Guilford.
Okay.
And got kicked out around 15, 14. And so that's far as on the education. But I feel like as far as my education, I believe I had because when I went to West Middle School, I wasn't going to class or anything like that. I was always suspended and stuff like that. So I felt like really my education was like a 6th grade education. You know what I mean? And
even in high school?
Yeah, because I was suspended, and when I went to high school, I went to school but wasn't never in class. Like I skipped from first to all the way to 7th hour, you know what I mean? I was in school but wasn't in school, you know what I mean? So I felt like really I had like a 6th grade, education. Yeah. But I knew how to comprehend and stuff like that and read. I was a good reader.
Right.
I knew how to spell and write. Right. You know what I mean? So
let's back it up.
So the person that you was then, so can you introduce the person you is now?
The person I am now, I have a GED.
Okay.
I got that at 31. I was 31 when I got it. I got it in prison. When I first tested, I didn't get it. So I had to retest again, and I missed it by one question. So I had to do another 90 days in the class in order to test again. Damn. You know how frustrating that was?
For one question.
Yeah, for one question. That's how, that was a test right there.
But that's what I was gonna say. I bet that intensified your focus this next time, cause I gotta go this 90 days and think about this, so I'm not gonna let it fuck me up again on the next one.
Right. Man, my temper was man, I gotta do this. I gotta be around new guys, cause you come through it with a set of guys.
Like a group?
Yeah, I'm in prison, so we going through with a set of guys. They all graduate. Yeah. Now I got to do it with another group. Oh, yeah. And I done did this already. Damn. You know what I mean? For 90 days. Well, I got to do it for another 90. Right. So when I tested, I scored way over. Right. and I got the GED. You know, that made my mom happy though.
Yeah.
You know, because
That's dope as hell.
Yeah, so after the GED, so you entrepreneur now. So how did you get to entrepreneurship from the GED?
Well, the GED ain't had nothing to do with that. I got out and got right back to the streets and, you know, on dummy, you know, drinking again and stuff like that. But when I got locked up again, you know, I had a different view on life because I almost lost my life. You know what I mean? I had ran into a light pole like at about 75 miles per hour and went through the windshield.
Whoa.
So, you know, that woke me up.
Yeah.
You know, with being older as well. You know what I mean? Because I was like 32 or something when that happened, 34, something around there. I was in my later 30s when that happened.
Right.
And, you know, I went straight to jail and everything like that. And I just didn't look at things no more like, you know, the same. Remember I was telling you about recidivism? You know, I had been to jail like them many times. But I had never been to jail like in a wheelchair and in a neck brace and all. So that was a different type of.
Damn.
So let's go ahead and back it on up.
Okay.
Rewind.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know how like in movies they give you like the ending and you be like, what the fuck? Like how did it, and then they come with you with like the full story and they show you how that person got to that. I think that's like kind of like a story, kind of like what you telling right now, because in so many words you didn't express how you didn't nearly lost your life.
Yeah.
Literally physically.
Yeah.
But then you also lost your life by going to prison. So it's like all of these different things that were like set up to like destroy, to like that was set up to break you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I personally, if it's okay, I want to back it up to the beginning though, and kind of figure out how we got here.
Okay.
So like, what was your childhood like? Like, what was the upbringing like? Like, you know.
Okay.
Where did we get from to how we got? You know.
Okay, so my upbringing,
like any brothers or sisters?
I got 2 brothers, 2 sisters. My mom, you know, my mom divorced like when we was younger. My mom remarried, you know what I mean? Then that, you know, that didn't work or whatever. So then, you know, we back to a single parent home. My dad, you know, came and picked us up, me and my brother, you know what I mean, and showed us how to work with our hands and stuff like that. I love him to death, you know what I mean, because he the one that, you know, showed us how that hustler, you know what I mean, that legit hustling. You know, what a man do, cutting grass. He had a snowplow back in the day, you know what I mean? He the first person to ever show me a business card. Right. He had a handyman service.
He got his
That's
name
dope,
Yeah. I mean, for real.
Yeah,
like,
dope.
for real. Like, my family, they really was, where the entrepreneurship come from. You know what I mean? My Aunt Carolyn, Aunt Miracle, Aunt Demetra, my granny, you know, they had a transporting business back in the day, like the first black transporting business.
Right.
For the youth, called Taker Top.
Oh, damn.
You know what I mean? So,
what year was this?
Oh, man, I was a shorty. Probably, I was about like 11 years old, something like that. So
out here in Rockford?
In Rockford. My Aunt Carolyn, the first person ever showed me a computer.
Oh, damn.
You know, she had one, and, you know. Yeah. So, that was... That's what you were talking about, the entrepreneurship. That's kind of like, that's where it come from.
Right.
Like, it's always been there, you know what I mean? So, I learned that from them. But
so I can see how like you got to the entrepreneur that you are now, and even with like the car wash, like where you just how you set your whole life up despite everything. So I see that spirit in you, but I still want to like know, like, because I think it's important for us to talk about it, for you to talk about it, like, because I think like we go through a lot of things to become the men that we ultimately are.
Yeah.
You know, and I think as men, as I'm becoming a man, I like it's like, okay, it's only so much I can put on the ones that come before me, and then I could put the rest. I have to put the rest of it on me, right?
Accountability.
Yeah. So like, I be really want to understand like why some men just become who they are despite their circumstances. So that's what like I really be trying to dig into like your childhood and your upbringing because I just believe it's those things that dictate who you are. Do you feel like that, or do you feel like?
I feel like life is gonna show you, create who you are. You know what I mean? My mom say choices. Your choices is gonna dictate what happened tomorrow. What you choose today to do today is gonna affect tomorrow, cause and effect. You know what I mean? I made a lot of bad choices going against, what was right. Trying to prove a point that you could do something right, wrong, but you can't.
Right.
You can't never do nothing right, the wrong way.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where we get it twisted at. Because you think that, and I'm gonna just use the streets for example, you think that you could do something wrong, you know what I mean, and get something right out of it. It ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? You might do something for a certain amount of time, but something gonna happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't nobody run through the streets and don't get unscathed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. So do you think the divorce played like a role in?
I mean, in any home, when children, go through a divorce or something like that, it's gonna affect the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just a natural way of things. You know what I mean? Because it's supposed to be a father, a mother.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when you don't got that, you know, it's gonna disrupt something in your up here. You know what I mean? What happened? Why they?
Right.
So, as a child, that's what you think. You
Right.
know.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely, and I definitely see that. But do you think like it was certain things pulling on you to become a certain type of way, or like for instance, like you talked about the GED and getting it at 31 and things like that, and that's really dope as hell because it's all really the same shit. It don't matter what age you get it, it's all the same shit. It's just a matter of the path you take to get it. So
if you get it,
get it right, exactly.
Sure.
So
if you get it,
So like, what do you think were some of the things that may have deterred you away from education earlier on in your life?
I mean, education really wasn't a thing for me. Back in the day, we wanted to play basketball.
Right.
That's all we wanted to do, play basketball. Then it went from basketball to wanting to hustle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then once you get in the streets and hustling, you like, this is where I'm at. This is what it's gonna be. So education, you ain't thinking. You getting another education now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
You getting a real, a real education.
Yeah.
Both of them real, but
It's like
just
real life.
Yeah. I mean, the other one is real life too.
Yeah.
Books,
Right.
going through, classes, school.
Was it
and
not
stuff
appealing
like that.
to you or something like that? Like,
I mean,
Like not even, I wouldn't even say like even education because it's all type of ways. Because education,
to get educated,
because I feel like you say like when you live in a certain type of lifestyle, right, and you doing certain things, how you were saying earlier, like you can never do the wrong thing the right way.
The right way. The
You
right
can never
way.
do that. So like if you living on that type of way, like, do you ever like was there ever a point where you was like, I know this might not be the right way, let me do this, or was it just always like this is just like what it is? Like
it was at
But
that
like-
time, man. Life was it was what it was, man.
Yeah.
I ain't see nothing else but that.
Yeah.
For real, because this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm at. This is what I'm on.
right.
yeah,
It never worked.
Right.
You know what I mean? It never worked. I never became no baller or no this or no that or anything. I fell all the way to the floor. You know, my face was on the concrete. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Over and over again. You know, so you know, I done been through a lot, bro. And when this last time when I sat down and I was on the bunk and I was like, you know, you start coming up with all these scenarios. This happened. This person did this. This happened. She was like this. He was like that. And you come up with the common denominator. The common denominator is you.
Right.
You play a part in everything that you know that's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, you got to start figuring out yourself. You know, a lot of people could want this for you or want that for you, or tell you this or tell you that, but it ain't gonna mean nothing until you feel it, you know, within yourself that I got to do this, you know, or it ain't gonna happen.
Right.
You know, really ain't nobody gonna help you.
Right. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Ain't nobody gonna help you. They say, I can't help you if you don't help yourself.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you got to understand, you got to help yourself.
Yeah. So it took you to get in that car crash to make you realize this, or was you thinking this before?
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna ask too. Because you seem like a real solo type of guy. And that's why I was gonna ask too a little bit more about your siblings, because it seemed like you love your family, but you still you kind of just like
Isolated type.
Not isolated, but like I'm going my own way.
I mean, like I say, I've been gone. I was gone from my home at like 14.
Oh damn.
14.
Okay.
And then it's crazy because when I look at a 14-year-old and I see how small he was and how little and how his mind think,
Yeah.
I was really started out there at that age.
Yeah.
You know, you got to think about it. I come up around like the old West State
Right.
when all the buildings was Taste the Honey, KFC, before, you know, Sports Dome got there and all that, O'Donnell's. You know, I come from there. I got my first cigarette, it was a quarter at the Taste of Honey. You know what I'm saying? So how much a cigarette is now? One single, like $1 or something.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
shout out to Rockford. One time for me, cheat codes, man. Shout out to Rockford. He just named like 4, 5, 6, 7 different spots, man.
On everything, the old one.
Shout out to Rockford.
Yeah, the old Rockford, man. You know what I mean? That whole neighborhood gone, you know.
Yeah.
But like I said,
let me ask you that then real quick. I don't mean to take you off, but you just name like some real you named some spots that's personal to you about this city. Do you think this city and your environment had a play into who you became as a man, as a young boy, as a man?
Of course.
How much so though? How much did Rockford affect you?
I was in the streets, you know what I mean? Like, I learned from the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I learned from people that's in the streets, bro. Like, motherfucker you see that's walking, or you know, motherfucker that's hustling. I'm 14 years old. I'm learning this. I'm a sponge.
Yeah.
So you know, hey, shorty, you know, I'm listening.
Yeah.
I got to learn because this is where I'm going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is where I'm going, so I got to listen. I got to soak up this game that you laying on me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now don't get it twisted. I was hard headed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm young.
Yeah.
But all the jewels was given. You know, you might not apply them right then and there, but they're there.
Yeah.
And one day you gonna have to apply them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In order for you to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, we were talking about surviving, you know, so you get these jewels, you might not, you know, you ain't gonna use them right away.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then when you start seeing certain things happening, like, oh, damn, I remember he said, or she said, this is just like how.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those was jewels that was given to me that I didn't use back then, but I use now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
No, that's deep as hell.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this, man, because you say, man, like you was out of the house, you was pretty much out of school by the age of 14 and 15. what were you doing for the next 15 years of your life?
Yeah.
Leading up to the accident, like what was that like? That was 15 years, because it seems like a lot has happened, like in terms of like being that young little boy who you say when you look at a 14-year-old, you look like this little boy, like that was me, like this little nigga, like that was really me.
Yeah.
So like, where do you like when you see that as you, and then you like flash forward to today? What's the difference?
Oh, it's a big difference. It's a big difference. Like I say, 14, 15, I go to Black Hawk. I'm in Black Hawk. So I was in Black Hawk for almost a decade on one block on Birch. You know what I mean? You know, I did what I did out there. You know what I mean? Fast forward, you know, I was on 7th Street, Broadway, you know, in the land, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
Quick Mark area, drunk, walking up and down alleys, and, you know, same clothes on for 3-4 days, drinking, you know. I told you I was a real bad alcoholic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, as a shorty, your eyes is wide. You think you can conquer this, you could do this and do that in the streets, you know what I mean? But then you start getting hit upside the head and you be like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah.
You know what
So
I'm saying?
you mentioned being in the streets, you mentioned being a shorty, and even in drinking. Were you drinking like as a shorty, 14, 15 years
So
old?
the first time I got drunk, I think I was 12 years old, like off of 40 ounce of St. Ives.
Not the first time.
Yeah, the
you
very
tasted
first-
beer. The first
Oh, no, the
you got
first time.
drunk.
Yeah, the first time I got drunk.
Drunk,
Yeah.
12 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hanging out with my cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was crazy. You know what I mean?
How?
Shit, I couldn't, like, I didn't remember shit. Like, for real, like 12 years old, a whole 40 of malt liquor.
I'm saying you don't remember how you was feeling. What it was
I mean,
like,
I was.
Was it the same shit as it was like when you get older, or is it 12? Cause a 12, I'm drunk. Like what the fuck?
Huh? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was fun. It was a fun, exciting,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? A fun, exciting
but
thing.
you knew you weren't right.
I mean, I just thought that's what came with it.
It came with it.
You know, I'm 12.
Right,
You know what I mean? So I thought that's what came with it. But like I say, when I got older, I used to smoke weed. You know what I mean? I used to smoke weed. I wasn't a drinker. But once I stopped smoking weed, the drinking progressed. You know what I mean? You think weed stay in your system for what? I was like on probation and shit like that. So you trying to,
Yeah,
you know, wiggle through that system. You
Yeah.
know, oh, I ain't gonna smoke weed. I'm gonna drink.
Yeah.
And you know, weed stay in your system 30 days. Alcohol stay in your system what?
24 hours.
24 hours or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So you know, I was a smart dummy. You know what I mean? A smart dummy.
Yeah.
And so the drinking picked up. And when the drinking pick up, the chaos start.
Oh damn. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The chaos start.
Right.
You know, I'm a person that I can't drink because I got tunnel vision. Like that's what I be on.
Right.
I don't want to do nothing else but that.
Right.
Drink. I don't care about nothing else but drink.
Right.
You know, the people like, oh, well, you could drink a glass of wine. I can't drink no glass of wine, man. That'll kick off something that I ain't gonna be able to stop unless I'm. And this is what I learned about my behavior, that when I drink, I'm either gonna almost like I'm gonna either go to jail or I'm gonna end up in the hospital on my deathbed or in a mental institution. You know what I'm saying? Those were and then between all of that, between getting to them spots, it's gonna be number chaos.
Damn.
Number chaos, hurt, violence, you know, shit like that. You know what I mean?
So did you start drinking out of pain, or was it like?
Yeah,
What
that
was
that
it? What was
that
the
too.
source? What was it coming from?
That too. You know, I had lost somebody real special.
Oh, okay.
You know, at a young age, and
You mind if we ask too?
well, you know, my grandma, she passed like when I was like 19. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
18, 19.
Right.
And then you know, people don't know how to grieve properly. You know,
Right.
I didn't. I ain't gonna say people.
Right.
I didn't. And alcohol would, you know,
No,
you forget
man.
all type of shit. You know,
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
and you know, not being able to or know how to grieve properly. You know, you see motherfuckers do what? Drink
Yeah.
when somebody pour out liquor,
Yeah.
smoke, get high. You know, and so it's like that shit takes over. You know, it takes over, and don't nobody care because they gonna go back to what you know. They gonna go back to their life,
Yeah.
and you stuck still
Yeah. Doing your, yeah.
in that mode. And you know, sometimes that can last for years.
Right.
You know, decades. You know what I mean? It's still people that lost people that still in grieving. You know what I mean? And don't know how to deal with it but through
But they know.
devices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Do you mind if we continue to expand on that? Because you know, I don't want to make it too heavy in here, but I do think that is something that our audience and people like you can really benefit from, because you are an example that you can make it through it and you can get through it. I mean, you working on March 23rd of this year to be 8 years, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
8 years,
yes,
bro.
8 years
8
of
years,
sobriety.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you,
Congratulations,
yeah,
bro.
and can you like put that on
For
record
real.
for us, bro?
Yeah,
Like,
for
can you put
real.
that on record for us real quick and just let the camera know, like, cause that's bro.
Yeah. That's a big milestone.
Yeah,
Keep-
I'm working on 8 years, March 23rd of sobriety. No alcohol, no cigarettes, no drugs. 8 years, March
8 fucking years,
March
man.
23rd.
Like, give them the
Yeah.
first ever
Oh,
BNT
yeah,
Code
yeah.
round of applause.
Congratulations, for real.
Yeah, man. And we need to start like Nori be doing with the giving niggas they roses.
Yeah.
We need to start doing
giving
something
gifts
like
out.
that. Yeah, man. Because that's
Yeah.
dope as hell, man.
Thank you.
So I feel like
almost a decade, man. We working, we fighting for
Yeah.
it.
That's good, though, for
So
real.
I like, if it's okay with you, and if you feel like you know you got something that you want to say, because I think that's a milestone, bro. And I feel like we should give you the floor and maybe help other people who might be struggling with that. Because I know for a perfect example that my older brother struggled with alcohol and really, like, you know, like you and I talked about
Yeah.
before, like really did some of the wildest things I've ever seen a person do. And then the next day just be a normal person again. Like, it's really something that a lot of people struggle with. Even myself at certain spats throughout my life, you know, you struggle with it. So I think it's a real thing that's really, really real and that really exists that we here at Me and Chico should speak on. So I want to give you an opportunity to speak on that journey for you and maybe what other people can do along their journey to really get right with it.
Okay, so, you know, I drank every day. That's all I did, drink every day, all day. It got to the point to where I was drinking like on binges. They call them binges,
Right.
where you just drink 3-4 days nonstop and then pass out for a day and a half, then get up and do the same thing, you know. Number chaos. Risky behavior, you know, life and death, you know what I'm saying? Just straight risky behavior.
Right.
You know, that's what they say when you going through counseling and all
Yeah.
that, you got risky behavior. I learned a lot in counseling, you know what I mean? Going through those drug rehabs and drug penitentiaries, stuff like that. It teach you about your behavior patterns.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really got an alcohol problem like I did, I started to pay attention to it, what they was teaching in there. I wasn't listening to him because he don't need it. I do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
see
know,
what you're saying.
You know, they gonna tell you, oh, man, Tucker, you don't need that. You bro, I'm standing at the liquor store waiting on somebody to, you know, I know to get a couple of eyes so I get a drink because I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I need to, I'm listening. You can go over there and, you know, y'all can chit-chat right there, but I'm paying attention to what's going on.
Right, for sure.
You know, and so I started paying attention to what they was saying. And it wasn't easy because you got to really look at yourself. You got to look at yourself. You can't play with yourself. You know, you can't, like, lie to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the people you hurt. You know what I mean? The time you lost. You know, I lost a lot of time, bro. You know, I was 14, 34, something like that. That's a lot of time lost.
Yeah.
You know, being in the streets, drinking, in and out of jail, going to prison, rehabs, mental institutions. That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
You know, and with that being said, I had to start taking a look at myself. What's the common denominator? What's the common denominator? It'd be me, alcohol, drama, you know. So I had to think about it like, I don't got no problems, you know, until the motherfucker get to drinking. Then here I go with this, you know. So then it was like, okay, I need to remove that.
Yep.
For sure.
I need to
100%,
remove that.
yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
I got to remove that. Then you get to thinking about, how do I do it?
Mhm.
Now you got to start thinking, how do I stop doing a certain thing?
Right.
Then it comes start with your thinking. You know, start with your conversations. You know what I mean? Start with who you associate yourself with.
Right.
These are the things that I had to learn. I had to teach myself. You know what I mean? And it don't be that you acting funny or you don't like this person or you don't like that, but you got to do what you got to do for you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
What
You got to
were
do what you
some,
got to do for you.
What were maybe some of the signs that started to stand out for you to where you started to realize, like, all right, I know because I feel like, alcohol give everybody like a sense of some sense of encouragement, but then like, did you ever feel like a point to where, like, cause I feel like when I get drunk, you still got like, I'm in control. Like, did you ever come to a point to where you was like, nah, don't be in control how I be thinking I be in control?
Man, I was never in control. I told you the first time I ever drunk it, I got drunk at 12 years old, so that lets you know that I was never in control of the alcohol. And then I used it for an escape. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was never in control of the alcohol. But you know, I had a lot of life and death experience. On my deathbed type shit. Like, I had an accident at 19, hit a tree doing 100 miles per hour.
Damn.
My cousin, we left the club as I was 17. He hit a pole. I went through the passenger window,
Oh, you
through the
wasn't
glass.
even driving?
Nah.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Y'all remember the Caddy Club on
I do
on Kilburn?
I heard about it. I know about
We
it.
left there, man, and he got them hit the pole, and I was ejected through the window.
Damn.
Yeah, at 17, man, and ran to the crib.
What, after you ejected?
Yeah, ran to the crib.
Hell, what?
Ran to the crib, and he was looking for me. And he couldn't find me, and came over to the crib. And he was so happy that I was there because he didn't know what happened to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was never in control, bro.
Damn.
None of that shit. None of that. You know what I mean?
17.
If you don't mind me, bro, like, so the next day you just woke up and act like nothing just happened?
Well, all my cousins had came over to my grandmama's house, and we was talking about last night, and he was just happy that I was there, and you know what I mean? So, yeah.
But you never, ever, this conversation never came up for you. This was never something that that's a traumatic experience.
A lot of my life was traumatic, bro.
But it never was something that you ever addressed, nobody ever act like, cause even with your cousin been in that situation, like your cousin never come to you was like, bro, like, nigga, like, we need to change our lives, cause that shit, it was just.
Was he older?
Yeah, all my cousins was older than me. I always hung around nothing but older.
And like Rob said, he ain't come to you.
Ain't never been like, yeah.
Nah, he was doing the same shit I was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did he ever apologize?
No, we just went on. Went back to drinking.
Damn.
Yeah, we went back to drinking. You know, I had car paint on my
You gotta think too, cause like you ejected out that motherfucker.
At 17 years old, bro.
You ain't feel no type of way or nothing like that.
Nah, man, it was just I was in the club having fun.
Just
we
hanging.
leave. You know, we had been drinking all that
Right,
day.
right.
We was drinking Crown Royal all that day.
Right.
Went to the club. You know, that happened. I wake up. They come over. You know, he was scared and shit, but I was alive. So he like, Then we went back to drinking. You know what I mean? Later on, like, yeah. But all these things that I done went through, no, I didn't think about changing. You know what I'm saying? This is what I was doing.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't think about change. I didn't really start thinking about changing until I got about 24.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
About 24. You know, I had a son, had Lil Tiger, and you know, that was something different.
Right.
You know, that was something totally different. And I was like, damn, you know, but I couldn't.
Right.
I couldn't. You know, I'm heavy off the drinking and I wanted to. You know, that was the first time I went to rehab too. I seen my first time ever seeing my son walk was on a visit in rehab. Lil Tiger took his first steps, you know, when I was in rehab.
Right.
And so when I got out, that was as long as I had been sober as an adult, them 90 days, like kind of like besides jail. And when I got back out, I was feeling good, like, oh, I'm finna change, da-da-da. But everybody around me, the environment was the same.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the thing about that, and that's a learning experience as well for me, getting out and going back to the same environment.
Right.
So what I did this time, when I came home, I had a chance to go to a halfway house. But my change wouldn't really be a change if I went somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, people can go somewhere else and change and do this and be whoever they want to be. But you got to change, well, for me, I ain't speaking about nobody else. I had to change where I was at, you know.
First.
Where I was at, though, you know, home.
Yep.
In all the environments
Yep.
Yeah.
that I was in to test.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah,
That's the
you know how,
ultimate test down there.
Yeah, you know how like people say, and not to make it like sound this cliche, but like you know how motherfuckers say like if you can make it in Chicago, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere, like type of shit.
It's
like
the saying, if you can make it home, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah, that's
not
what
just
I'm saying.
Chicago.
No,
or
right.
New York.
I wasn't trying to put a city on it, but that was
if
the
you
saying.
can make it, if you can make it home
Here,
at home, you can make it anywhere.
You had to prove that. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
yeah. And that was my mentality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I had to come back to the same environment, but with a different mindset, a different thinking pattern, a different behavior.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm still TYRESS, I'm still Tiger, but I ain't finna do the same shit, though. I ain't finna be doing, I can't afford it.
Right.
Did you ever have like any hobbies growing up? Like were you into basketball or sports?
I played basketball, I played baseball.
On any teams at all?
Nah,
Yeah.
I didn't stay in school. I told you I ain't stay in school long enough
but
to
even
be
like
doing.
AAU though?
None of that, man.
Yeah,
None of that. No, I played at Ken Rock as a like 10, 12, like that.
What's
but
that?
Ken Rock,
It's a school.
no, Ken Rock was a community center on 11th Street.
Damn, I thought it was a school now.
It might be now.
Okay.
I'm 41, man.
yeah,
So you
damn,
know,
okay.
we talking about 20 some years,
Okay, yeah.
over 20 some years ago.
All
But
right, but you might not have played a lot, but were you into sports growing up?
at first, until I was on the street, got on some street shit and was like, you know, fuck sports. They getting paid millions. I ain't.
Yeah.
I'm over here.
So what was it like? A lot of boys go that route, like this, and it's not by choice. And I don't be trying to like act like it's by choice, but it's something to suck. Because let me ask you this: would you encourage another young man to go the route you?
Oh no.
So what was it though for you though that made you go that route? That's what.
Like I said, I was influenced by what I seen, and I also wanted that. You know what I mean?
That's the same mentality as every.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but why is it? That's my
you got to think
question,
about
like, why
this.
is it like
you got to
that?
think about this.
Why?
It's what they want us to believe that the street should be our first option because we black.
Yeah.
We black boys. We supposed to be gangsters. We supposed to hustle. We supposed to be pimping. We supposed to be robbing. We supposed to be this, that, and the other.
Yep.
This is what we supposed to do,
Right.
but we not.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We not. We supposed to be going to school, getting a job, you know, providing and creating a family,
Yep.
and you know,
Enhancing the world around
Yeah, you know
as
what I
much
mean?
as you can.
Yeah.
I feel like
but look at the television, look at the entertainment, and see what they push on you.
and look at what's in your neighborhood right in front of you every day you go home.
That too, but at the same time, I ain't gonna say it's the neighborhood. I don't want to say it's the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Because the neighborhood is good people, very good people. You know what I mean? But the overall is the first. You know what I'm saying? The first thing they want us to do is go to the streets, the media. You know what I mean? The school, like they say, oh, he beating on the suspend him.
Yeah.
Not, I'm suspended.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I ain't thinking about no education. I'm at home watching YouTube.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
think about it. Now you at home watching whatever they got on there. What you see on what do the kids see on there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers holding pistols, motherfuckers shaking their ass, and this, that, and the other, right?
Yeah.
Right or wrong? At what
Absolutely right.
age?
As young as this is,
Huh.
6.
Man, probably
5.
younger than that now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You don't see them little motherfuckers watching nobody reading books or showing positive black
Images
men
images of black people
working.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I
Or
mean?
doing anything that's just
Yeah.
not something that's destructive.
Right. They not
that's-
gonna show that.
Yeah.
They not gonna show that.
Yeah.
They want our kids to see chaos.
Yeah. Hold on, let me bring it back a little bit with you, cause like okay, so when I went to the streets and shit, I got kicked. Like I said, I got Rory from you know what Rory is, like rest of the school year out.
No,
So yeah, I got Rory when I went to Guilford and shit, and
that's where I went to.
Yeah.
where I
what made me change was seeing my OG cry and the pain that I was causing because I was gangbanging. So I wanted to ask you,
Man, look.
during this whole time, did you see the pain from your mom and did it help? Like,
Do you know how many times my mom been at the hospital and I've been like tools in me,
Damn.
the damn thing beeping.
Yeah,
and
damn.
I don't know, you know, my mom done been, like that I can actually remember. She been there 3 times. I got stabbed up and had to jump out of the car one time.
Damn.
And got stabbed up and I had to go to the hospital. So that was one. The accident when I was 19, when I hit the tree doing 100. And this last time when I went through the windshield when I hit the pole doing 75 miles per hour.
Damn.
But she also done been, you know, at the hospital when I had to go to Singers, you know, the mental institution. My mom, I put my mom through a lot of hurt, a lot of tears, to where she was like, you know, I give them to the Lord. You know, a lot of our mamas give us to the Lord.
Right, for sure. Yeah.
You understand? Because there's nothing else that they can do with us. She showed me right from wrong.
Right.
My mom worked, you know what I mean, for 40 years at the same place. You know what I'm saying? The reason I was on the streets because I went against what she wanted.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So the hurt that I caused my mama, man, it's unspeakable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can only imagine, you
Right.
know. You know, that shit deep.
Yeah.
But
That
so
shit deep.
let me ask you, like, seriously though, bro. Why?
I mean, I was hurt. You know what I mean? Think, like I say, you know, when you hurt, you see things, you hear things, you hurt. You lose things, you hurt. You know what I mean? When you hurt, you don't get no fuck. Who, you know, when y'all hurt, do you give a fuck about
Not
it?
at all.
Nah, hell no, that's
Okay,
true.
Not at
so
all.
you
Yeah,
know what
that's
I
true.
mean, and it all depends on how bad you hurt.
Right.
So you know, I was hurt, bro. So it's just like I went through a lot of shit, man. Under just angry,
Yeah.
you know, angry, being hurt.
Right. Do you still hurt today, man? Or is you like healing? a little bit?
Forgive
You forgive.
is the listen. I'm good today. I'm good. You can see I'm good. You know what I mean? Because forgive, even if you don't want to let a person know that you forgave them, just forgive them, because it ain't for them, it's for you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you can move on.
Mhm.
You know, once you forgive somebody or forgive whatever it is that hurt you, now you able to move forward.
Right.
You know what I mean? So forgive, man.
How much do you think self-awareness like played in your life? Like not only like self-awareness, like in terms of because again you're an author, man. Like so you are aware of like your capabilities and what you can do intellectually and what you can just do in terms of producing something in the world for yourself. When did you become aware that like, all right, I don't have to be this young wild boy that's then damn near killed myself like 100 times. Like I ain't gotta be that. Let me become aware of like other things I can do that ultimately led to you becoming an author.
So it's levels. It don't happen at one time.
Mm-hmm.
It builds up.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what you working towards. You know what I mean? Or gonna be. I started to look back and was learning from all the incarcerations, the life and death situations, and it all led up to me being like, I'm done. You know what I mean? Because it's either jail, death, or mental institutions. That's all my life was.
Yeah.
And if I don't stop, I ain't gonna make it.
Right.
Up
I
until
ain't gonna
what
make
age? You
it.
said about 24 when you had your son.
No, hell no.
yeah,
I'm talking about like this last time, bro. This is when it all like came to a head when I was like, you know, being in a wheelchair with your neck broken, shit like that, going in jail, you vulnerable. I ain't never really felt vulnerable.
Because you
I
can't
was,
defend
yeah,
yourself.
but I was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I had to go to the infirmary unit. You know what I mean? And so I was down there for a few months. You know what I mean? But that's when I started writing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I started writing then. You know,
What age was you at this time?
34.
34.
This was 2016.
Okay.
2016.
Okay.
March 23rd.
March 23rd.
March 23rd, 2016.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
last time.
That's why. Yeah. I
last
get it now.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. Yep.
That was the last time.
Yep.
And everything be the same. You go back in jail, it's the same thing. Same correctional officer, same bars, same tissue, same. You're gonna eat at the same time. You're gonna wear the same clothes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna go to the phone and, you know, make that same call.
Yep. That
you
little
know?
mattress.
Now you bring up a very interesting point. We talked a little bit about this recidivism. Yeah. And you know when we talked about it, I actually like got interested a little bit more in it, and I looked it up, and I found a crazy fact about black men and basically all it really means is that like it's pretty much like if you ever get arrested or convicted of a crime, what are the chances of you actually repeating as an offender or being rearrested or being sent back to jail? And the crazy fact that I found on it is that for young black boys, they say
Go ahead.
they say for young black men between the ages of 18 and 35, they say within 3 years, 48 to 46% of them are back in jail. They say within 9 years, 84% of black men are back in jail within 9 years of their first offense. But they say 40. I think it was 46% are back in jail within 3 to 5 years of their first offense.
Yeah, when I was locked up, man, it was this old school said, I've been to the joint 12 times.
Damn.
12 times? I said, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
Like, that shit's serious, man. Like, it's set up, man, like that for us to be doing that. Think about it. Look at the numbers.
Yeah.
Look at the numbers. Ain't nobody pushing education.
Right.
Ain't nobody pushing working. They pushing, go sell some work.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go
Let me
shoot
ask you this,
somebody.
though. So
you know
like,
what I mean?
is that really like is that really like all like the OG? I guess the OGs, like, is that really all motherfuckers is like really pushing to young people like on the streets? Because I'm really just asking for other young
I don't want to
niggas.
say
Ah,
all
yeah,
OGs,
I
though.
Not, I'm not even gonna say all, but what I'm saying is that like if it's the same pattern that we steady running into, like and like he's saying, if people ain't really pushing you to do other things, you know what I'm saying?
I think
Is-
the real ones that's done been through what we done been through is gonna try to deter
Right.
the shorties.
Yeah.
For real, because this shit real.
Yeah, for sure.
The kids gotta let me see how can I explain this. Peer pressure.
Yeah.
So if you see somebody your age doing something, you get curious, interested. Oh man, let's do. So it got to be a positive peer pressure
Right.
to
Yeah.
stay in school.
Yeah.
To
Right.
you know,
You got to make it look cool.
you got to make it look cool.
Yeah.
Who make it look cool to work?
Nobody really.
Who make it look cool to go kill a mama or
Shit.
go to jail
Everybody
and
got
everybody?
that. Niggas.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Niggas do that.
So the thing is, you got to flip the script and make it look good to be a productive
Yeah.
male.
So it's the culture.
Kinda.
Is black culture killing the community?
I don't want to
Yeah,
say.
me either.
I don't want to say. Boy, that's big words
I
right
just-
there.
that's
Boy, you
what-
just,
yeah, I know
boy,
I
you
just-
just said some
yeah.
big shit.
Nah,
you just said some
seriously
big
though.
words, man.
Is it though?
I don't want to say it's the culture.
Or maybe it's just.
I don't want to say it's the culture because, like I said, you got to think about. We really got positive people.
Yeah.
We got the strongest people.
Yeah.
We got the strongest people. Why you think we go through the hardest times? You understand what I'm saying? So it's not us, you know what I mean, influencing us to be doing that like that. You got to think about the shit that's set up for us to be pushing that.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: do you think a lot of that shit that Cat Williams was talking about was factual in terms of is people being played as pawns, and you got to do certain things to get into certain accesses or into certain spaces, and then to have a certain type of say? Like, do you believe that's what's going on? Because that's what it sounds like, bro. Because you say we got these big people, which we do, we got these powerful people, bro. Why it gotta be? If we got the money, we got the resources, we got the people smart enough and shit to change
I don't think
the
we got money,
conditions.
though. I don't think the money.
Why ain't the conditions changing? I think it's because the culture is forcing. It's not forcing, but the culture. We so caught up in I want to be real, to where we don't want to be right.
But see, the realest thing that
That
you
shit
can ever,
crazy.
the realest thing that you can ever do is just be you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Fuck with somebody else thinking about you, talking about you, this, that, and the other. The realest thing you can ever do is just be you.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
And whoever you is, that's who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the realest shit on earth
Yeah, for sure.
is being you,
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
despite who like it or not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's being real.
But that's not how this shit going.
I mean, I understand what you saying,
Yeah, I think it's the media that pushes.
and we keep saying that.
That's
though.
what you said,
You keep
too.
saying
Because
that.
like you
though.
gotta think like they control algorithms on your phone, so they can push whatever they want you to see.
But the-
you know, and I said, I think it's a lot of doctors and shit nowadays and shit like that. But they probably just don't push that image. You know what I'm saying? Out there like how they should. You know
Once
what I'm saying?
again,
But the
once
same-
again,
go ahead, my bad.
all you see is just look. You don't see nobody promoting father, mother, children, father working, mother working, you know,
Yeah.
this, that. You don't see that.
Right.
You see black men cheating, women half naked,
Yeah.
kids twerking or shooting.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the last I've been out for 5 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's all I ain't been seeing nobody talk about working, you know, being a family. You know what I'm saying? And really promoting that.
Right.
Staying out of jail. Or you want what they say, you want us to congratulate you for doing something that you're supposed to do? Well, think about how it's set up for us to go.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Think about how it's set up for us to go.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they, you know, if I go to jail, they come home, they throw parties.
Yep.
Oh, damn, let me go to jail. I come on, they gonna throw me a party. Nah, that shit ain't.
But let me ask you a
You
deep
know what I'm
question,
saying?
though. Let me ask you a deep question, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
All right, so it's the systems and the things that's in place, and it's the traps, and I get that, I'm with that. But like, let me ask you, like, do you believe that like when you was 12 years old and you had your first drink and you got drunk for the first time, that wasn't like another black person around you that let you down in that particular moment? That's not the system. That's another black human being who wasn't responsible.
I don't believe that. I don't
Nah.
believe my family let me down. My cousins let me down because that's what they was doing. See, all we gonna do is do what we see.
Mm-hmm.
They seen it. You do what you seen, right? Your people didn't let you down. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So nah, my people ain't let me down. We was doing what we saw.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
So let me show you how to do something right.
Facts. I see what you're
So
saying.
you can follow what
I
the
see what
fuck
you're
I'm
saying.
doing.
I see what you're saying.
You hear me?
Yeah.
So that's really the main thing now.
So that is the trap.
What you need to do is lead by example, period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta lead by example.
Right.
Do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Show somebody that a black man like you, you, me, can go to work every day, be productive, provide for ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Provide for our family, you know what I'm saying? Teach real values, our values, you know what I mean? What do you value? What do you value? I'm asking you.
I like, honestly, I could say I truly, truly value my family, bro.
Okay, so
I value my family.
what examples do you show them?
Not some great ones, and that's why I'm consistently working on myself.
So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I got out, my whole thing was lead by example
Yep. Yep.
for my sons.
Yep.
That's what I do.
Yep. That's the key.
Lead by example. Not
Yep.
tell a motherfucker to do something and then do the other,
Yep.
but I'm telling you to do something that I'm doing.
Yep.
I go to get a job because I got a job.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Lead by example.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the key to everything.
That's what I was saying, because I
That's
feel
the
like,
key to everything.
Yeah, I think that's how
So
you,
what example are you setting?
that's how you fulfill your purpose as a man. I feel like as long as I get up and do what I'm supposed to do every single day, I'll always be okay with myself at the end of the night.
Yeah, with yourself, but what about your peoples?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, what about your peoples though? You got to encourage them.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because you just said you was selfish.
Yeah, yeah.
You said me,
Yeah. Yep.
not them,
Yep.
not we.
Exactly.
You said I.
Yeah.
Facts.
Excuse me, that's what I'm saying.
Facts.
Yeah, no, you saying
Facts.
some
No,
real shit.
exactly.
Man, for
Exactly.
real.
No, you
So-
saying some shit. I appreciate that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 'cause that's
that's
the cheat
what
code.
I'm talking about. That's the
That's the
cheat
gem.
code.
Yeah.
It's a new survival.
Yep.
It's supposed to. It's a new survival out here for us.
Yep.
And really, they really giving us the key because when the what was that, the COVID thing happened,
Yep.
Yeah.
and then like them people had been working for years.
Yep.
And then once it was over with, didn't nobody go back to work. All them people had jobs. I mean, all them jobs was open. Everybody hiring.
Yeah.
And then nobody.
on.
Then none of I did.
Yeah, I did.
Well, I was already like kind of working
Yeah,
then.
I
But you understand what I'm saying? That was an opportunity, a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
For real. You was riding down every street seeing jobs say what?
Now hiring.
Now hiring.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Now, back in the day, they said, oh, I'm in the streets because what?
Ain't
But
no
nobody,
jobs.
ain't no jobs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But see, that's what I'm asking you.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm asking you. So who fault is that? That now that it is jobs, you still don't want the job.
That's your fault.
Yeah, it is. It's
That's
a
your
personal
fault. That's your fault.
But-
because who
but
don't
I just-
listen?
But a lot of niggas is set up like that.
Because this is what we was taught. This is
Yeah.
what this. It's a learned
It's a
behavior.
program.
It's a learned behavior. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I learned too about learned behaviors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You you know how easy it is to do something that you comfortable doing.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't because it's so unconscious because you just do it because you're so comfortable. It's almost like people be asking like somebody asked me like have you ever remembered a time when you actually fell asleep? Can you remember when you fall asleep?
Yeah.
Nah,
I can because I work all the time.
Nah,
so
well, yeah, I know. Yeah,
I'll be
but-
glad to go to sleep.
You can,
man.
but you really can't like really say, all right, I
The
clicked down.
exact time
Like,
type
yeah, like the
shit, yeah.
exact moment. All right, I'm asleep. You can't really.
Oh, okay. I
So,
get you.
that's what I'm saying. So like, I feel like you so comfortable to where like I can see how you could be so comfortable to where like you say you don't even know like how easy it is because you're so comfortable doing it.
Yeah, and see, and the whole thing is doing something that you're not comfortable doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how you begin your change.
Yeah.
Doing
Yeah.
something that you're not comfortable doing.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but still, like,
Ain't no buts.
No, it is.
Ain't no buts.
It is, man.
Doing what's uncomfortable
You gotta do it.
is
Make
the
sure
beginning
it
of your change,
No,
man.
that is. But you were saying in terms of like it's a program that's installed into niggas' brains that got us just set up and learn, like you say, learned behaviors.
I don't
Like
want to
you were
say,
saying
I don't
with
want to
the-
keep saying niggas, but us. You know what I'm saying? Us.
It do that.
You know us.
It's a program.
It's what we see. That's why I move how I move. Lead by example.
So what made you get out that program?
Yeah, how
What
did you accept
How
it?
did you escape?
It ain't no. Once again, you got to start taking accountability for yourself. It ain't their fault.
Right. So you
It ain't their fault.
looking in the mirror.
It ain't their fault
Right.
that I keep going to jail.
Right.
If I see a hiring sign out there and I keep walking past it, it ain't the job fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's my
yeah,
fault
yeah.
for not taking the opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
You know what I mean? You got to start looking at yourself. You got to start asking yourself these questions. You know what I mean? Why I don't want to do this? Why I'm like this? Why that?
Right.
Okay, how can I fix this? Not only how can I fix this, what steps am I going to take to fix it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I use that same method for my like relationship shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of shit, I just look at it like my heart got hurt because I let it get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because I done see it. I witnessed red flags that I let slide, but I still was dealing with that person. And then when something happened, I can't blame you. I gotta blame myself.
No,
type
because
shit.
like I said, you could never control another person.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm
Never.
saying. Yeah.
Understand, always understand that.
Yeah, for sure.
Only person you can control is you.
Yourself, y'all.
You know, so how you move is how you move.
Yeah.
And if you dealing with somebody, they move how they move, you know, hopefully y'all come together. But if it
Yeah.
don't, then,
It
you know,
don't. Yeah. I had
it
to
is
learn
what
that.
it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like I say, you only can do what you can do.
Yeah, for sure.
And so when you start looking at it like, it ain't my mama's fault.
Right.
I'm 18.
Yeah,
I'm 19. I'm 20. I'm
Yeah.
21. You know, I was taught this. You're going to be taught right from wrong. If you're not, then you'll start learning right from
Yeah,
wrong.
for sure.
You know what I mean? Because if you ain't learning right from wrong, they're going to put your ass in jail.
Yeah.
Or motherfucker going to go upside your head.
Yep.
Mhm.
You're going to start learning right from
Something
wrong.
worse,
So,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And then you're going to start moving accordingly.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean? So learning right from wrong and starting to hold yourself accountable is how you start to move forward.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I wanted to ask you a couple of questions about. Well, one was what was maybe the biggest like aha moment that you came across while in jail in terms of just aha moment for yourself, like this is just like a moment for me that I realized like in life that like this how I'm gonna change. And then secondly, I wanted to know honestly how we got to the book, but let me ask the first question first. Like, did you ever have any aha moments in jail? Was there ever some big idea or some grand thing that you came up with in
It
jail?
wasn't no grand thing. I told you I came up with the common denominator. What the problem was.
Mm-hmm.
laying on that bunk. My man was up there talking. I'm thinking, what the fuck going on? You know. And I come up with the common, you know, the denominator of what the problem was, the problem.
Right.
And then it was like, okay, I know what it is, so I know what I can and what I can't do.
Right.
And then that's how I start to move. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about being set up for failure and like not even giving yourself a chance.
Yeah.
So do you feel like after your first arrest, after your first encounter with the law, and then once you get out, obviously school wasn't an option. Maybe a regular job wasn't really an option, depending on whatever, you know, your charges were or whatever, you know, you ultimately...
I didn't want to work.
And that too, right? So that's what I'm saying. So it's all these things compounded on you as a young person, like you say, like you don't even really give yourself a real chance other than to go back into something that might not be the best thing for you, which increases the chances of you going back to jail.
Right.
So it's like, in a way, you almost... kind of like, this is the only way.
Yeah, you will believe that.
Yeah.
You will believe that. This it. Ain't nothing else. I can't come from up under this. This is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, you got to start doing things that's uncomfortable.
But you just don't jump out of
You
jail
don't.
thinking like
You
that.
don't.
Though.
I just
Hey,
told
you
you,
remember
it's steps.
You got to keep bumping your head.
It's
though, and
steps.
that's the
It's
part,
steps.
though, like,
It's steps. It's steps. And the thing that y'all trying to do, the men cheat code.
Yeah.
We trying to come up with a cheat code so you don't got to go to jail.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
You know what I mean? We trying to come up with a new survival. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Then shooting him.
Right.
Cause this nigga ain't the op. The op is being broke
Right.
when you can go get a job to where you ain't got to be
Yeah.
fighting for the same whatever.
Territory and shit.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Chico, man, he say, hey, man, that boy ain't your op. The op is being broke.
For sure.
That's the op.
For real. And not being able to provide for yourself.
Right.
That's the real op.
That's the real op.
So you
know what I
hey,
mean?
you remember Pay the Fool when Money Mitch was like, I don't know.
Oh
man.
yeah, man. That was, you know what?
That's basically what you said. Like, nigga, you could go against that. You just don't want to type shit.
Listen, man.
Was he too comfortable?
You see what happened?
Oh God. Okay.
See what happened?
Because he had options. He
You
just
see what happened? You know, the name, okay, so the name of the game is, if you a hustler, right?
Right.
The name of the game is, okay, I couldn't get no job, so I'm going to sell dope until I buy my job, which means buy my own business or whatever I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Right.
But that switched into I'm comfortable in the
Where
lifestyle.
and when?
Yeah.
Where and when?
What you mean when people got comfortable with what came with that lifestyle?
Yeah.
But you don't
In
think
the
it was-
club,
Yeah.
like yeah,
You
you
don't
know,
think it was a
cars,
certain
cars.
era that did it, a certain generation that did it? It was a certain time, a certain era, like to where all
see,
this.
you trying to put it on a certain
Yeah,
particular.
perfect.
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm
yeah,
not.
because you would say, well, what is it? Who
Yes.
dropped the ball? Who did this? Who
Yeah.
did that?
Yeah.
But like I say, you got to look at how things are inserted. You understand what I'm saying? Look how things are inserted in our community. You know what I mean? Nowadays, you got people just saying everybody cheat. All black men cheat.
Right.
All women don't need no man.
Man, right.
You know, this is what they want motherfuckers to believe. So if you keep listening to that, what's gonna happen? You gonna follow what the fuck they talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, now what they call it? Riding the what?
Wave.
You riding that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the way out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Now you stranded out there.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You can't do what every motherfucking else doing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You can't. If this is what they showing you, so why I can't, have a job, have one woman, you know what I mean?
So basically, what you saying is instead
Going
of
against
looking for the beginning of it, deal with it now.
Right now.
That's what you.
Because
saying.
I can't go when I was in the jail cell thinking I couldn't go back to 12 years old.
Right.
I had to start where I was at.
Right.
No matter all the shit that I had been through. And then guess what? Ain't nobody gonna believe that you
Right.
They've been through all that shit.
No, ain't nobody gonna believe that you changing
Right.
because motherfucker, you done been in jail, in and out, in and out, in and out,
Yeah.
and you done said this, you done said that, you done
They
did
stuck
this.
on your past
You
instead of
and on what I'm on,
Yeah.
so it ain't for them, it's for
yeah,
you.
Right.
Yeah.
And once you realize that, then you gonna start getting
Right.
somewhere
Yeah.
because your change ain't for them, your change is
Right.
for you. Now somebody learn from your change, now that's a plus.
Right. And I think we think the same way too, though, because it's
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
nigga, if you know what they saying and what they doing to you, use that to your advantage. I think that's what we similar.
Think about it. Think about it. Everybody falling for this shit that they see and going with what they see
Right.
instead of what they know.
Right.
You know a lot of shit, but you see this every day and everybody going with that.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't going with that shit. Y'all
Right.
stay over there with that. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be over here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
So let me ask you. So, the book, right?
Okay.
Where in your mind did that come up, or how did it start?
Well, conflict of interest is I want to say universal because it's about two friends grew up, then they get into it over a woman.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And then it,
Right.
it's a conflict of interest. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
It's universal. You can go in any hood.
Yeah, for
Anywhere.
sure. Yeah, yeah. Not even in the hood.
I'm gonna say not even in the hood. You can go in the corporate. You can go in the corporate world where white guys get into it with they, each other over a woman. So, yeah, conflict of interest. It's. I come up with things that's universal, man.
Right.
That you gonna be able to, go anywhere and you're gonna be able to relate.
Relate to it.
Right.
Yeah.
When
Let me
you
ask you
develop that mindset, though.
I mean, you got to think about it. Everything that you do, somebody else done did it somewhere.
Yeah.
That's just like, say I didn't know you and I met you and you talking and moving. I'm like, damn, such and such talk and move just like him.
Right. Yeah.
It's a you every motherfucker.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So everything is almost damn near universal. You know what I'm saying? You just got to
Everything
be
ain't no conflict of interest,
conflict. Nah, everything ain't no conflict of interest. Nah.
And let
You know
me ask
what
you,
I'm saying?
is it hard though to try to keep an idea that you have in one instance in your head and keep it in your head long enough to where it becomes like a physical copy of a book?
So having an idea is one thing, but having an idea and actions is what make it come together.
The magic, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of people with ideas,
Right.
but they don't put the action behind it.
Okay.
And then if they do put the action behind it, they don't stay consistent. They, start letting other things distract them. Relationships, time,
Yeah.
work,
Yeah.
Kids,
or whatever.
yeah,
different things.
it's to distract you from what you was originally on.
Right.
And so that's the hard part, is really staying focused no matter what. You're going to lose a lot of people, you know
for
what I
sure.
mean? Because they ain't going to be on what you on, or they going to be tired of
Yeah.
waiting on you to be on what they on.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I
It
went
is
through
what it is.
With what you said, it started off with rap. I was rapping and I was trying to just stick rapping and not the street shit no more. I done lost niggas. Now it's the podcast and losing niggas, and I'm trying to stay on point with it. You know.
But see, you're gonna lose whoever ain't gonna be on what you on. So my thing is this: if you ain't on what I'm on, I'm gone.
Right.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
What we gonna be around for if you ain't on what I'm on,
Absolutely.
or if I ain't on what you on?
Exactly.
Right. Is that hard for you to, or as you adapt to it?
Think about it. It ain't that hard because when you locked up, ain't nobody around when you locked up, right or wrong.
Right.
That's what I was going to go back to a second ago with you. I was going to ask you, like, spending all this time in incarceration and in other places that's outside or away from people that love you, like, you have to, like, start to develop some sense of just, it's just me, right? It's just me. Just sitting in jail, like, did you ever, I'm sure, like, at any point in your time and being in jail, did you ever develop, like, this sense of just, I don't want to call it, like, loneliness, but this sense of, it's just me? Because, like you were saying
You're
earlier.
always be, you're going to be lonely in there.
I know, but that's why I was saying that was a bad word. That was a bad word for you.
Gonna be
because
lonely.
I'm trying to really hit on what you said earlier about when you realize that you sitting your ass in jail, and everybody thinking that, like, oh no, you back in jail, you ain't did nothing you said you was gonna do. That's not for them. It's for you to change. Yeah. So, like, my question is, did that ever make you feel some type of way about people? Did it ever make you feel like fuck people?
No, because one thing about it is, with me and drinking and all that shit, I was pushing people away. You know, pushing people away with my negative actions and my disrespect and my this, that, and the other.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, no, it was never me, you know, not thinking people was this or that.
Got you.
It was me.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So, no, I never thought that at all.
Got you. Did a lot of the book come from your time in jail, or this was post jail, or how long did it take? No,
this was wrote in Winnebago County.
Really?
Yeah, that was wrote.
I wrote book.
The whole book.
Damn.
That's what I was gonna ask too. Like, how long did it take? You know, to kind of.
That book took me about 8 months.
Yeah.
8-9 months.
Knock that bitch out.
You got to think too. You just.
I had a lot of guys knocking on the thing, telling me, "Come on, write the next page. Come on with the next." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you got to think, a person that in school doing that school shit, then to a person getting their GED, to a person that's writing a good ass book that everybody want.
And that's dope as hell.
Yeah.
And I hope that you can expand on that, because that had to be the thing that encouraged you to keep writing, because niggas is like, no, like, keep like, that had to be dope as hell.
Oh
right?
yeah, that's definitely a dope experience. Like when we was locked down, they be on the doors like, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gotta have that book next. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So that was dope, because it was like, my people, they feeling it. You know what I mean? Because it was taking them laying on the they reading it to their mans upstairs. Man, woo, like, man, oh yeah, you know. And then when we come out, everybody talking about it. So that was a dope feeling. That was a dope feeling.
Did they ever give you any ideas? Or
all the time.
Hey
man, put me in the book. Put me in the book. Oh man, you should do this. Or you know, they be mad at a character or something. Man, fuck love. You know what I mean? Popcorn think he tough. Spanish fly. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was, like I say, that writing experience and being in there, man, was really dope. You know what I'm saying? And then I come up with the mirror effect, which is the car wash.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I came up with that idea.
In jail, too?
In jail.
Oh, damn.
You know what I'm saying? But when I went to prison, though, I was in sanitation. I was learning about sanitation, and the instructor, he wasn't supposed to do it, but he ended up letting us do a business plan.
Oh, damn, that's dope.
You know what I mean? And so I had already had the idea for a mirror effect in the county. And so when I got there, I just put it into a business plan.
Right.
And so when I came home,
you was on point.
I already got my business plan. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I'm going to do it, you know.
Right.
And I started off with like $300. I didn't get no TV in the joint or nothing. I just, you know what I mean? I was like, I'm in there right. Yeah, I'm in there right, because I was thinking about being successful when I get out, not living in the moment.
Right, for sure.
You know what I mean?
So let me ask you, where can people buy that book at right now?
It's on Amazon. You can get it at, I want to say, like, just, you can Google it. Google it, you know, conflict of interest, TYRESS Cunningham.
And it pop up?
It should pop up.
Let me ask you one more question about it, because you know how you was saying, like, in jail, like when niggas was talking about, you was saying how like man, this one nigga was mad at Popcorn, or this person was mad at that person. Like,
they was,
like, you ever have you seen Power?
I don't watch. See, the thing about me is that I write, so I don't want to watch none of their stuff.
That's how I was.
Yeah, so I can't. I can't watch them series and stuff. The last series I watched was Snowfall. When I was locked up, my man used to let me hook up to his TV. I got I got no hope. I got no hope on some list. You know, I'm writing no hope. I put that down when that. Hey, okay, what's up? And I think that was like the first. I got through the first episode, and I got out on the second. Like when the second episode, not episode, but series or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Season.
Yeah, second season.
Yeah. So I don't watch. Was Power? What is it? Rise and none of that. I don't watch because I don't never want somebody saying, "Oh, he did." Nah, this ain't that. You know.
That's why I was asking because like shit, like maybe that like are you cool with just being an author? I mean, obviously you would like if you had a chance to go into movies because I think you're a storyteller, right? I think that's all 50 Cent really is. Like he's just a great storyteller and he just hired the people to come and film his story. Like, you know what I'm saying? Have you ever thought about that maybe one day? Like actually making this into...
We working on it. Or the idea is there to work on it. It's more difficult than, than really, because you got to have the money to do that shit.
Right, I know, but I'm just saying like...
Put the pieces together.
Yeah, you got to put the pieces together, man.
But even with, I'm just saying like that set aside, like that's not even a factor. Would making this into a live production be something that you'll be interested in one day?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I want to.
Okay.
I want to. Yeah,
okay,
I definitely want to. Like I said, we got the audio. We working on the audio now, so that's gonna be real.
Yeah,
real slick.
The audio.
That's gonna be real slick.
Different characters gonna have their own voices.
The way that he was doing it, that's how it sounded. You know what I mean? So
that'll be dope.
Man, listen, man, I'm waiting on to see that to come alive.
Yeah,
because that's gonna be really, really interesting for real. Like. When I heard that, and I was like, and then he gonna put the sound effects behind it
to make it sound like you just
like you
listening to a movie.
Yeah, so that's gonna be real interesting to see where that goes.
If you turn that shit to animation.
I wanted to do. Listen,
that'd be nasty.
That'd be raw as hell.
Listen, that's crazy. I had talked to my cousin, and my cousin he do that. I got a cousin that
draw shit.
No, he make the cartoons. Yeah. So I had
that cartoon.
So I had brought it to him, but he was like, "Man, I'm working on my thing, woo woo." But I'll point you in the right direction, and he gave me some good information. You know what I mean? To do that, I thought about that
That'd
too.
Be dope.
I'll talk to you after this.
I ain't gonna lie to you. You be having them people that you need to talk to when you trying to be a creative and work and get your ideas. He the man to talk to. But again, I want a few more questions because I wanted to ask you. It's kind of related to the book, but it's more so related to just your overall general. How do you keep yourself up, right, on a day-to-day basis, right? So, like, has writing become, like, maybe some sort of relief or some sort of coping mechanism for you?
Truthfully, I never wrote being free.
Wow,
it's hard. It's hard.
Too many distractions?
Well, really, I work almost 24 hours a day.
Yeah, because you got the mirror.
Yeah, and then, my regular job, stuff like that. And so I've never wrote being free.
Right.
It's always done come from me being, when I was incarcerated.
Right.
So it's a different mindset in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Than me writing out here.
Because you're trying to escape from in there.
You know what I mean? So it's like two different mindsets.
See, but I think just going back to childhood a little bit and us never really being stable enough to realize that, like, that's really, because that's all it really is. Like, you and I talked about it just being like how it's so structured in there to where you can get into a space to where your mind open up and you can write a book.
So the thing about that is I have to teach myself how to do that.
Yeah.
I had to teach myself how to set up that structure for me to
be able
to do that. To do that.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm not able to do that because, like I say, I'm doing a lot of working to keep things moving. You know what I mean?
Well, you could do how I was finna do with me and Chico, but was audio. I did my chapters by audio and then have somebody write it out.
It ain't the same.
Nah.
What?
Nah.
The creativity with the pen and the paper ain't nothing like it, man.
Okay.
And then you let somebody else do it. They gonna put their little
spin on it.
Yeah, they gonna put their sauce on it, man. They gonna step on it, man. You want it pure. You know.
Right.
So
Facts.
Yeah, man.
So before we leave though, you don't mind if we keep that one? Let's keep it up here.
Man, y'all could do that, man, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, we gonna
For sure,
keep it,
for
man.
You
sure.
gonna keep it right here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be
Keep it
that's
right
gonna be
Every
dope. That's
interview,
gonna
like
be
shit,
dope.
you wouldn't believe it, but a guest came and gifted us this.
Yeah,
beads right
I
here.
guess gave us the
Her name
that's dope.
Coco.
Coco.
That's
Shout out to
dope.
Coco, the
Shout
car
out
queen.
to Coco, the car
And
queen.
matter of fact, if you in Rockford and you looking for a car, man, go visit Coco.
Go visit
the car
Coco.
Queen.
Okay,
Coco, the
okay.
car
Yep.
queen.
And I think she had loop back rope. I think she said.
Yep.
I can't remember 100% sure.
Hey, just go on Facebook and search
Yeah,
Coco, the car queen.
But
She'll
yeah,
come
man,
up.
that's why I said you don't mind if we.
Oh yeah, man, it's my pleasure. You
Okay.
hear me? My pleasure.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
honored. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's dope. You know what I
Man,
mean? For
man,
real,
yeah,
for
but like I
real.
said, shit, whatever
For
way we
real,
can
for
to
real.
help you or whatever, to
Yeah,
keep
that's
going.
love.
'Cause
That's
like I
love.
said, it's dope that you could create something out of nothing, bro.
Man,
Man, hold on.
that's-
Let me just read a page or two. Hold on, I'm
love
gonna read
that
the back of the book because I read the back of the book earlier and it's dope, man. So let me show y'all how talented this man is real quick. All right, so conflict of interest. If you follow a straight bullet into a project day, you will see small schemes turn into big dreams. Conflict of interest is a hard, concrete story where bullets, beauty, and deception turn into late-night gunfights, where the smoke and mirrors are broken through jealousy, manipulation, and hating. Pistols are drawn between the infamous Spanish Fly and the cutthroat gangster Popcorn. Their friendship is held at gunpoint, and it doesn't help that the conniving bride Love, whose sexy loose lips tend to sink ships,
Yeah.
is on all the drama. This slick tale riddled with suspense will have you tripping and slipping all over the pages as you turn a blind eye to the violence, keeping your silence. You'll wonder whose side to choose, but you must pick a side in this war. No one can remain neutral. Just know that there will be no jumping the fence when there's a conflict of interest. And when real macking come into play, somebody gotta pay.
Damn, that's dope. That shit dope as hell. I ain't gonna cap.
Hey man, this the debut book
Yes, sir.
by my boy, none other Tiger motherfucking Woods.
Yeah,
man.
like I said, man, you come out with any other books, please bring
He got
them.
another
We
one. Yeah,
sit
he
right
got
here.
he got a
Keep
second
on
book.
promoting
Got you.
all that, man.
Got you.
Bring it
That's
by,
dope.
man.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Y'all check it out.
Yeah, hey, hold on, but we always ask the guests, man, 2 questions before we let you go.
Oh, here we go.
2 questions, man. One an
Hey,
easy one.
We ain't gonna break tradition.
Nah, they
Nah,
you
yeah, it's 2 questions we always ask. One an easy one a hard one. The easy question, in my opinion, is like, what you think we can do better, man? Any criticism for the show? Anything we can do better about the studio, about how we go about the show? Any questions we left out? Anything that made you feel uncomfortable? What can we do better?
Man, y'all on point, man.
Yeah.
Y'all on point. Y'all really on point. Man.
Did we
so.
get a part 2?
Huh?
Did we get a part 2 with you, man?
Oh, you know it.
Okay,
Come
okay.
on.
We straight.
That's what I would, without even asking.
Okay,
You already
okay, for
know
sure.
that, man.
For sure.
Like I said, y'all really is on the right shit, man. For
Yeah.
real. Like,
Appreciate it.
bringing light to the town, to issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So y'all stick with it, man, for real.
Yes,
man.
sir. You already know, bro.
Yeah, we
Appreciate
trying, man.
that,
We
man.
trying.
That shit make me blessed.
Yeah, we trying, bro.
Hey, we really trying, man. Hey, nah, but he said eliminate that shit out of our vocabulary, man. So we're gonna eliminate
Oh,
trying.
yeah,
out of
trying.
our
Yeah,
vocabulary.
Cause remember that one word I didn't say all season.
What? Oh, the B word.
For 2, yeah. I ain't 2
I ain't gonna lie,
seasons,
yeah.
bro. 2
Hey,
seasons,
matter of
bro.
fact, he only said the B word. Man, look. Hey, we 14, 15 episodes in. He only said the B word like twice. Man.
Thank you, man.
Proud of this boy right here, man.
I'm trying, bro.
Oh,
Let me stop, bro.
Hey, but look, the second question, like I said, that was the easy one. It's the hard one, man. If you were 16 years old again, man, what's your advice to you at 16? To avoid, prevent, to help him. How you gonna talk to him right now? If he's sitting in that chair right now and he looking at you, what you gonna tell him?
Damn. Because that's 16.
16.
Well, just put it as your son.
Nah,
Because you got a son.
It ain't the same?
Nah, 16.
It is, but it ain't.
Nah,
Oh,
because
okay,
it don't
okay, I get
register
what
the
you're saying. I
same.
get what you're saying.
It don't
but
register
ain't.
the same.
Okay.
And the crazy part about it is you got to think about. I'm thinking the 16.
16. That's
me.
what I'm saying.
Right,
That's why
okay.
I'm
So
asking
the
to talk to you.
When he said 16 me,
You,
I had
yeah.
to really think about 16 me
Right,
and
right.
where I was
Right.
at.
Yeah.
And that's who you talking
And
to.
so I was in the projects.
Mm.
You know what I mean? At 16 on Birch, probably sitting on my cousin's steps. I want to say 1429, the side building. side apartment.
And you looking at him and how you talking about that 14-year-old shorty, you looked at him. Now you looking at you at 16. And you see how he growing up, where he growing up, and you know what he going through. What you gonna say to him?
Man, you ain't bullshitting. That's hard,
told
bro.
you.
That's hard because
I told you.
One thing about it, I would listen, but
what would you, whether he listened or not, what would you say to him?
Man. That's crazy because I'm looking at 15th Avenue. That's where
That's crazy.
I'm looking at 15th Avenue. And that's where Black Hawk is, like right here up in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Because there go Broadway, right? So
Now I try to get you see.
Yeah,
where I
you
split?
almost got it.
I
You
got the
almost
west
got
side,
it.
then I got the east side. I ain't want to
You almost got
I ain't
it.
want to be one sided.
I would tell him that it's gonna be a lot of disappointment. It's gonna be a lot of disappointment. A lot of people ain't gonna be who you think they are. You not gonna be who you think you is. And change as quick as possible to get out of this mindset and you know how you feel and what's ever hurting you or got you in this situation. Forgive them, forgive yourself, and try to move forward.
And you got this shit. And you got this.
Damn. Well, we gonna
got
leave it
it.
on that note for sure.
You
For
got
sure.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
Damn.
look at you.
Well,
You doing good,
You
man.
made it this far, man.
Working
Doing good,
Come
man.
on, man.
I'm working on it, man.
Come
we
on.
still got a lot to go. We still got further to go, baby.
Yeah,
We
for sure.
working on it.
Yeah, let's get it, man.
We doing. It's your boy Naughty J.
It's your boy Kid Ryan. We appreciate my
Yeah,
boy.
thank you again, man.
Tiger.
Love you, cuz.
Hey, man. Hey, go get the book, man. Conflict of Interest.
Yeah, man.
No hope.
No hope.
Man, no
It's
hope.
out, right?
Yeah,
Both
no
of
hope.
them.
No
on
Hope is
Amazon,
out
on
on Amazon.
Hey,
Conflict
real quick, I want
interest.
to ask you real quick. Why did you drop No Hope on Halloween?
Did I drop it on Halloween?
Yeah, October 31st.
Did I?
Yeah.
I ain't know.
That was just a coincidence?
I'm just
Just
dropping.
drop.
Oh, it's a
I
coincidence.
gotta just drop it.
Alright, for sure.
Conflict of
Hey,
interest on Amazon too, right?
Both of them, yeah.
Both of them on Amazon.
Hey, let's
Check
get it.
them
It's your
out.
boy King Rod.
It's your boy Naughty G.
We out, man.